Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm finally doing my Best of Beauty 2018 video. I took a long while to, one, I'm behind filming schedule, but also to really pick out my absolute favorite products from 2018. Not all of these are necessarily released in 2018, but they were all new to me in 2018. And I also didn't include new shades of things I tried in 2018 if it was a formula I tried previously. And I made sure all of these items, I believe, are all cruelty free. If you guys saw my 2019 goals video, you know that I want to start transitioning to be cruelty free and not sharing non-cruelty free products in this format. They are still going to be on my channel in tutorials, empties, things like that, but not favorites videos, and I will try my best to let you know what's cruelty free and what's not. But I believe, to my knowledge, that all these products are cruelty free, but that means that I don't necessarily have a product for every category. I did not try any new cruelty-free foundations in 2018 that I absolutely loved and would recommend that you go and buy. Same thing with concealers, primers. Like, there's definitely product categories that I'm missing, but these are all my favorites. I know that was a really long, rambly intro, but I just wanted to make sure you guys had all that information. I'm gonna start off with the less fun things and then get more and more fun as we go along, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start off with blush. This is the BH Cosmetics Nude Blush 10 color blush palette, and I got this last year and I absolutely love the variety in here. I was a tad disappointed that this isn't really all that nude in my opinion. These shades over here are not nude, like, no matter your skin tone, but these five are. So you have, like, for the fairest of fair skin tones, and then these blushes would probably be a nude type of shade on someone with a deeper skin tone, but I can't say that with absolute certainty. These shades over here, this one is a bit more of a terracotta, a nudie pink, like it's kind of still in that family. This one is a bright coral shade, and this one is a pretty vibrant pink shade. I'm not sure how well the colors are showing up on camera here. And then you have one deeper gold highlight that is much too deep for my skin tone. But I have been loving playing with this palette. You get a good variety. This is only a couple dollars. And they're very pigmented, they blend well, and I've just really been enjoying it. I think I've used every shade in this palette. This is too light for me to use as a blush, but if I go a little too heavy-handed with something else, I dip my brush into this and it helps buff everything out. And overall, I've just been really enjoying this. I didn't try any new bronzers at all in 2018, which I found shocking, like cruelty-free, non-cruelty-free. So I'm going to have to fix that for 2019, I suppose. But I did try a new highlighter that I fell in love with. Yes, it's taken me until 2018 to finally try the Balm Mary Luminizer, and I now know what I was missing. I thought this was kind of like MAC Soft and Gentle, where everyone raved about it years ago, but it just doesn't stand up to the highlighter formulas that we have today. I was wrong. It's what I have on my cheeks today, though you might not really be able to tell. It is a very gloomy day today, so I am like right up in my window and I feel like things are looking pretty blown out. But this is like a light goldy champagne highlight, and this is definitely, this little mini is something that I will be panning at some stage and buying the full size. This does have 1.05 grams of product, which that's a decent amount. It would take me a few months to use this, I believe. It's not something I'm going to pan right away, but it's definitely something that I'd be interested in panning so I could pick up the full size. I have two eyeliners I want to share with you. So at the beginning of 2018, I used up my Kat Von D Trooper liner. Then I was trying to find a more affordable dupe regardless, because I think that Kat Von D one is over 25 Canadian dollars. That's a lot for an eyeliner. So I picked up the Physicians Formula Eye Booster, and I've been really loving it. And now I was kind of considering at the time like alternating buying them, because the Kat Von D one is just slightly better. This is the closest I've come to find a dupe, but I do not support Kat Von D Beauty anymore, so I won't buy that regardless of the price. This is also a brush tip, I believe. The tip on this is not as skinny as the Kat Von D one, so I don't get as sharp of a line when I use this for winged liner, but I do not do winged liner very often. I don't find it overly flattering on my eye shape. I feel like it like elongates my eyes and like makes them more almond shaped. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I do really like this, and it says wow. And it says it's a 2-in-1 lash boosting eyeliner plus serum. I have actually noticed a difference in my eyelashes since using this. I have thicker lashes, they are longer. This is gonna sound really weird. Sometimes my eyelashes grow like a little bit too far up out of my lash line, and I have to end up plucking them since using this. But like, it's worth it for fuller, longer lashes everywhere else. That's so strange, but I don't know what they put in this, but it works and I really like it. The second eyeliner I discovered in 2018 that I really love is this one from Pretty Vulgar. This came in a boxy charm, and you won't really be able to see in here, but I have used an absolute ton out of this eyeliner. I never thought I would be really a gel eyeliner girl, but now that I have found brushes that I really like to go along with this style of eyeliner, I've been really, really loving it. And this has 6 grams of product, which is a lot. I know that's probably irrelevant to most of you who don't like Project Pan and stuff, but 6 grams of eyeliner I feel like is a lot. For eyebrows, this is also in a boxy charm. This is the Cella Tantalizing Taupe Brow Cream. Now, I had never used a brow pomade in this style. I've used like brow powders that are kind of in between a powder and a pomade. They're like a weird hybrid consistency, but never an actual like creamy pomade type product, and I really love it. Of course, it's what's in my brows today. The packaging of this is atrocious. This brush is terrible. It's really fat, and like the bristles of it are like splayed out everywhere. Don't use that. Use your own brow brush. But the actual product contained in here is really amazing. I wish they would change the packaging. This is so unnecessary. Put it in a pot similar to the Anastasia Dip Brow, and I would definitely buy it because the formula in here is so great in my opinion. Another product that it took me forever to try until last year, this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I needed something that was going to lock in my makeup, be bulletproof, weatherproof, everything proof for my wedding day in October. And time again, people recommended the Urban Decay All Nighter, and this is like Stronghold hairspray for your entire face. If you apply a lot of it, it does feel a little tight, it's not like noticeably uncomfortable where it's distracting all day, but you can tell it locks in your makeup. I did not have any transferring with hugging everybody. My makeup stayed on until late that night. Like, I only got the mini because it's quite expensive. It is Urban Decay, but when this is gone, I probably will buy the full size, and this is something I'm going to try and only use during like special occasions, because this is my favorite setting spray that I have currently. I have 3 others I would rather use up over this, but if I have somewheres to go that I need my makeup to last all day, this is the one I've been reaching for. Okay, jumping into more eye products. This is the Cover FX Shimmer Veil in the shade Amethyst, another BoxyCharm product. I have found so many holy grails from BoxyCharm this year. This was the first liquid eyeshadow I tried, I believe, and I fell in love with them. I've since expanded my liquid eyeshadow collection to include ColourPop, Stila, etc. But because this kind of put me onto that bandwagon, this is my favorite. I've used it a ton. You can see some wear on the bottle, which I don't have wear in any of my other shades. It's a beautiful iridescent purpley shade. I've just really been enjoying this. I feel like this got mixed reviews, but maybe people are applying too much of it. If you try and build and build and build up on your eyes, it will crumble off. This is not the most opaque. I wouldn't call it sheer, but I feel like people were trying to continue to build it up, and that didn't really work out for them. There's a small swatch. Do you see that reflect of how it hits the light? Oh, it's so, so beautiful. Okay, jumping into eyeshadow palettes. I have 3 standout eyeshadow palettes, ones I reached for over and over and over again, and they're 3 very different color schemes, which I'm kind of like proud of myself. They're not all warm toned neutral palettes, but let's start off with the one warm toned neutral palette. This is the Crown Brushes Fuego eyeshadow palette, again from BoxyCharm. I feel like so many people, when they opened this up, they were like, oh, it's another warm toned, reddish toned palette, pass. Like, didn't swatch it, didn't play with it at all. And I almost did the same thing because I do have other warm toned eyeshadow palettes, but this is the best one I have, and it's under $30. It's like that mid-range price point. I know it looks very similar to things like the Urban Decay Naked Heat, the Tarte Tartelette Toasted, and no, it's not the perfect palette. These 2 shades are very, very similar. These 2 shades are very similar once they're on the eyes. Even these 2, while this one's more brown, this one's more purple, when they're buffed out on the eyes, they look very similar. I'm not saying it's completely perfect. I'm blinding you. But the quality of these shadows is amazing for the price. I'm going to give you 2 swatches. I'll do a matte, and let's do this shimmer. I don't think I've demonstrated with this one before. There they are on my fingertips. Those are just 2 gentle swipes down my hand. Look at that pigmentation. They do blend out. So they have soft edges. It's just a favorite. I don't know. I know a lot of people already got rid of theirs, but if you didn't really give it a chance, but you still have it in your collection, I totally recommend giving it a try. I know it's similar to a lot of things you may have. I know it's not a perfect palette, but the quality is so good. Like, this makes me want to try other palettes that they have. Next up, I have the ColourPop and Kathleen Light's Dream Street palette. I know this released in December of 2017, but I didn't buy it until my birthday of last year, which is in January. I was a little behind, but technically I tried this in 2018. This one is still on the neutral side with pops of color. You have these teal shades here, a matte and a shimmery one. This one is a bit of a like aqua duochrome situation, and you also have a pop of bright coral. I have used this palette a ton. This was my first introduction into ColourPop eyeshadows, and since then, ColourPop pressed shadows, like in their palettes I should say. Since then, I have bought and received quite a few other ones because I enjoyed this one so much. I'm going to say a similar thing too with the Crown Fuego palette. I don't think all of these were necessary. I don't think it's a completely perfect palette. Like, these 2 shades here are very, very similar, Stardust and Twinkle. But other than that, like, I really love it. I do wish that Moony here was a little more metallic because I just like that vibe for my inner corner a little bit more, and that would be like the clear inner corner shade if you ask me. But I got a ton of use out of this. You probably can't tell from that distance, but like Shooting Star here has a huge dip in it, and surprisingly so does Water Bearer. I've actually gotten a surprising amount of use out of that deep matte teal shade. I love this eyeshadow palette. I did buy the Zodiac palette by Kathleen Lights as well. I have it right here, but I actually haven't gotten a chance to test it out yet because I've had a lot going on this year. But I'm excited to give that one a try as well since I loved this one so much. And what are some other ones I have? Semi Precious, which I didn't love. I just got the My Little Pony palette I'm excited to try. Just overall, the ColourPop Pressed Shadow eyeshadow palettes have been a hit for me. The last eyeshadow palette I want to talk about is this from BH Cosmetics. This is the Weekend Festival palette. This was my first true introduction to like falling in love with color. I have pops of color in a mostly neutral palette. I have a few like trios that are colorful in my collection, but upon getting this, I was just mesmerized by this palette. I kept looking at it online. I kept watching tutorials. I did not buy this like right when it released. I don't buy anything right when it releases. I always wait for reviews and such. Since I bought this, my colorful eyeshadow palette collection has grown immensely. I fell in love with colorful eyeshadows. I know I'm wearing like a pretty neutral look today, but it's not really when you look up close. It's like coral and blue and green. You probably can't tell though. I created this look using Dream Street, I forgot to mention. I have gotten so much use out of it. Honestly, with the exception of Escape up here, which is a really rich, warm brown shade, I really haven't used the neutrals that much, which honestly surprises me. Wyatt dug his finger into Flash here, so there's a big dip. I hope you can see that. And I did use Pixie as a inner corner highlight a few times. But I absolutely love this middle section right here with a metallic aqua, a like aqua purple duochrome, and a light purple with an aqua shift down here as well. This matte aqua shade Palooza was so fun. I don't love these two shades down here. You can't even really see them. Neon, which is a metallic green, and Euphoria, which is a really like yellowy gold. I find these ones to be a bit more chunky than the other ones. We do have a variety of finishes. You have matte, satin, shimmer, and these, and Solstice as well. These three are more of like a chunky, glittery type of metallic shade. I absolutely love this. I believe this is only like $18, right around there, and it is definitely worth the price. Okay, I have 3 lipsticks to share with you. I feel like I did such a good job of narrowing things down. In past years, I've just pulled out everything that I love throughout the year, but I may have loved them like at one stage or another, but then they go back into my drawer and I kind of forget about them. These are all products that I'm constantly reaching for. Okay, 3 products. First off is the Bite Matte Cream Lip Crayon in the shade Glace. This was one of the birthday sets for 2018. Again, my birthday's in January, so I had all year to play with this. It is such a gorgeous shade. It's not a drying matte formula, which I really appreciate. I really like lipstick crayon type products. I know a lot of people don't, but I really do. This is the shade here. It is a deeper kind of mauve-y tone. It's matte but not drying. It's not like a flat matte. It's kind of like a satin finish in my opinion, and it lasted really well throughout the day. And because it is a lipstick crayon, it's really easy to reapply when things do start to wear off. The lipstick I'm wearing today is the Tarte Color Splash lipstick in Beach Babe. The next two were from the Sephora Favorites Give Me Some Nude lip set that I reviewed. I can link that up here for you if you haven't seen it. I did a full review and lip swatches of that kit. This is a really pale peachy nude. I know I said I have it on today, but here is a swatch on my hand as well. I thought this would be too light for me, and it is lighter than what I used to typically go for, but I actually really love it, and I wasn't expecting to. And the second one from that set, which I also thought would be too light for me and not something I love, is the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick in the shade Caramello. This is a very cool toned, very pale nude shade, and when I first put it on, I was like, no, not for me. These smell like cupcakes, kind of, really interesting, but I found this so flattering on my skin tone. Here it is right here. It hasn't dried down yet, which is why there's a shine, but these really do stay all day on me. I didn't have to reapply this for many, many hours. I ate with it on and it didn't wear off weird. Like, I was super impressed with the Stila liquid lipstick formula, and I definitely want to pick up more shades of all three of the lip products that I'm mentioning, because I only have one of each of those formulas. So this year, if I'm in the market for a new lipstick, although I really shouldn't be, these three formulas are ones I will definitely keep my eye on. I've been looking at, is it Salt Wife, something like that, and Rum Punch from this line. I have not really looked into the other shades of the Bite ones, but I've been looking at, what is it, Patina, and what's the red one? Anyways, I'm sure you guys are familiar with these lipsticks. I'm behind on the times as always, but I absolutely loved those lip products. So those were all of my top favorite makeup products from 2018. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear what your top favorites were. If you did a video, let me know, or just leave a comment listing them out for me. I love trying new products. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!